Welcome to Balancing the Word, Father and Son, episode 2. All right, today we're tackling. Sorry, I'm trying to cough. Today we're tackling one of the questions about my dad's health. I believe you guys seen the video already, and he's already been living with cancer for about 5 years. And so we're gonna hit a few questions. And before we do that, what do you have to say about your health?
I am good. I feel good. I look good, and I'm doing good. So let's go.
All right. Well, first question. Can you tell those who do not know what kind of health you are in right now? What are you fighting?
Okay, I'm winning. I'm stage 4 metastatic migrating cancer survivor. And the real key to that is that it's stage 4 metastatic, which means that it can't be treated, it can't be cut out. It basically is already metastasized within the prostate gland, and not only it's metastasized within the prostate gland, but it has migrated, meaning that it has went to other parts of the body as well. And now this is what the devil put on me, and I don't usually refer to it as cancer as much as a dis-ease, because the word disease is basically the word dis-ease. And I've been dealing with this dis-ease since 2016, so that's been a long time. And I've really been up and down, had all kinds of treatments. The migration has been in different parts of my body, lymph nodes, which is easy to deal with, blood, which is not easy to deal with, back, neck, you name it, it's migrated to different places. But for the last year and a half, I've been ready to run, ready to jump. I've been just delivered by God. 2019 was a terrible year. 2017 was a terrible year, but 2019 was really a terrible year. And what I want to address on this particular show is I came out of the hospital a few days ago, and I took my phone and I just made a phone view of me coming to the hospital, saying that the doctors wanted me to give some more flesh. That means I want to do some more biopsies. So I want to address that so people understand what that really means as a person that is a cancer survivor, a dis-ease survivor, and more than 6 years, and stage 4, and doing well. And I'm telling people why. I want to let them know why.
Awesome. It's a good answer. Since you've been in good health, well, you were in good health before you got cancer. What are some of the hardest, things that you've had to go through? Where do you think it came from? Where do you think the cancer came from?
Okay, I thought long and hard about how I would answer this question because I'm 65 years old, and for 60 of those years, I was as healthy as an ox, and I'm still healthy now by the grace of God. And I know where cancer came from. I know where all disease comes from. It comes from the devil. It comes to steal, kill, and to destroy. Jesus said in John chapter 10, verse 10, that the devil came basically to kill us, to defeat us in any way he could. But that Jesus came, he was manifest. And when the scripture says he was made, he was made so that we could see him. He was manifest so that he could destroy the works of the devil. And so I feel that after, preaching the gospel of Jesus Christ for 38 years without even an ache or pain in my body, just walk around in so divine health. I was attacked many years ago with, I had tuberculosis, and that set me back for a little bit, but I walked right through that. I had a walking pneumonia. Me and Anthony Blade and others were down in the Philippines during SARS epidemic, came back with a touch of all kinds of stuff, and I've always been able to overcome it. But in 2015, beginning of 2016, this prostate diagnosis happened for me when I'm in my early 50s. Now, let me say this to anybody listening. Please, if you are a male and you're over 50, you are going to experience some form of prostate illness. Enlargement of the prostate, you're going to have some problems, urinary problems. That's part of life. But if you are especially a minority man, a black man, you are 20 times more likely to get a serious cancer diagnosis if you want. What that means is this, based about 1 out of 5 men, black men or minority men is going to suffer some serious form of prostate disease. So now watch this. I want you to understand this. Because you and I are at a higher level of risk, I'm hoping that what I'm going through will help some of you. So if you're over 50, praise the Lord, definitely go in and get a PSA check or either a digital rectal exam. That's nothing funny, but you need to have a digital rectal exam and a blood test, so it can check your PSA prostate-specific antigens. And the earlier you find this thing, the better off you will be. Okay, I was diagnosed in 2016, stage 4 metastasized. I was in the worst shape that you could be when I was diagnosed. And the fact of the matter is, Josh, this thing had no symptoms. There's no symptoms. It's just there. Most people don't even know it's there, especially if it's stage 4, until they're actually urinating blood. Okay, urinating blood, you can't urinate at all. It's really bad. It's that serious. And so I walked into the doctor's office one day, and I said, I got a little blood in my urine. And he said, do a blood test. And then 2 weeks later, I got a phone call and said that big word that none of us like to hear. And I said, okay, I'm going to fight this. And he says, but you don't understand, Mr. Whitaker. What you have is your PSA that should be about 3 or 4 is 460. That's what I did. 460. Your PSA is 460. It should be about 4. And so my jaw dropped, and my whole family was thrown into a panic. I didn't know how to tell anybody, and it was just sheer panic for a while. And God blessed me so that I was healthy at the time. I was super healthy, strong, and that helped me to get through it to where I am now. In 2021, I'm still here, still happy, still preaching Jesus and telling people about the Lord. Let me see, can I touch just for a moment? Why do you think this happened? My son Josh is a great preacher. And one time he's preaching on the man that was born blind, and we have that on the internet. And he was reading from the Messenger Bible. And when the disciples asked Jesus, who did sin, this man or his parents? I think it says in the Messenger Bible, Jesus answered, you asked the wrong question, okay? So let me say to those of you why this happened to me, you're asking the wrong question. I know why it happened to me, so let me just tell you. So that the glory of God could be revealed in me, so that my life could give God some glory in Jesus' name. And James chapter 1, count it all joy when you go through various trials and temptations and troubles. Listen, I did not want this, and I do not wish this on anybody, but I found so much peace when I was in the hospital. I got to share with doctors and nurses, and God got to share with me. I had so much quiet time with the Lord. I came out on fire, refired. And so, and so many people in the hospitals, from my doctors to nurses, got to hear about Jesus and to see the witness for Christ. God is getting glory out of this. And again, so why it happened, I don't know. But it's the wrong question. That's the wrong question. The question is, what something do happen to us in our lives that may not be that good, or we thinking that's good, what do we do with it? And I've tried to always, no matter what I went through in life, give God glory and give God praise. I want to thank all the people who have been responding to me on Facebook and Twitter and all those places. I thank you for your prayers. I thank you for being concerned. But please don't go around feeling sorry for Bishop Whitaker, Pastor Whitaker, or James E. Whitaker, whatever you call me. For my family back home, they call me Spanky. All right? Don't feel sorry for me. Give God praise that my life is now a vessel that he can use to help shed light on a so-called uncurable disease that most people do not survive but a few years. I'm going to beat this thing in Jesus' name. I'm going to beat this thing. And as long as I'm living and I'm walking around and able to give God praise, I'm going to do it. And I am a survivor and on top in Jesus' name. So hopefully that covers that a little bit. Next question, Master.
Very good. What would you tell somebody who is going through something very similar?
Woo! I would tell them to remember that Jesus is Lord. I didn't think I could handle pain. And then I remember I watched my wife give birth. And I was standing there going like, how could my wife give birth and there's so much pain involved. I didn't think I could handle what I was going through. And then I remember my mom having a car accident so long ago. It was over 20 years ago. My mom had a car accident, and she was literally almost cut in half. Her skull, her hair was knocked off her head, and she was split open. And I went to the hospital, and I watched my mom on the operating table, and I was able to talk to my mom, and she was going, son, she said, son, I'm going to be okay. And I was going, how could she handle this pain? And she just looked at me and said, son, I'm going to be okay. And she lived another 18 years, 19 years. Listen, I'm trying to let you know, if you're going through things, don't think this is the end. My wife had 2 babies, okay? One of them sitting right here. My wife had 2 babies, and my mom lived another 19 years after the car accident. I believe in 2018, 17 years. She did another 17 years after that accident. And we had some great times on those 17 years. Listen to me. The pain was necessary to bring forth the child. The pain was necessary so that my mom could go through all kinds of things. She went through surgery with cancer. She went through all kinds of bones and things splitting and growing through her skin. She went through all kinds of things. And she could look at me every time she was in pain and say, son, I got through this. God's going to get me through that. It's going to be okay. And when she said it was going to be okay, it comforted me. So sometimes God will let us go through things so that it will comfort other people. And he also get to display his great miracle working power. And that's what God is doing today. Miracle working power. I promise you, this will be a year of miracle signs and wonders, even through the midst of your pain. That's why God let things happen.
Very good. Well, that's a good answer to me. And I think this is where we're going to end our program today. So there's more to come on this Balancing the Word YouTube. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. Make sure you share. And make sure you share this message about cancer with other people because they're going through it too. So.
Okay, I say one more thing about that. Those of you listening to me right now, you may not be fighting cancer. You might not be going through anything, but I'm sure there's somebody in your family. Mm-hmm. I'm sure there's somebody in your family that is facing some crisis medically. COVID, please empathize with them. Please. It's so easy to say, I pray for you. It's so easy to say, well, those in the hospital, I know what you feel like. You don't. Please understand that. You do not know what they feel like. You do not know what they're going through. I used to say that as a pastor for many years. And then one day, sickness and disease started happening to me. It's a whole different ball game when you know that people really care about you and really pray for you. I tell people, put my name on the top of their prayer list because it's so easy to say, I'm going to pray for you and don't. I want to know about your mom, your sister, your brother, people that need prayer in your life, okay? If you don't think anybody else will pray, send us an email, write us. We'll be glad to pray for you, and I'm going to pray for you when I read it. Hello? I'm not going to say I'm going to put it in a pile and pay for it later. When I read the email, I'm going to pray for your parent. I'm going to pray for your friend. I'm going to pray for you then. And I'm believing God. I say this with all humility. My God is able to heal. My God is able to deliver. And my God will bring comfort to those who need it. He'll bring comfort. He'll bring comfort. He can reduce the pain. I don't know how he does it, but he can reduce the pain so that they're barely cognizant of the pain. But one thing that they would never forget, even through all the things that I've been through, I've never forgot that somebody was praying for me, that somebody loved me. So you let them know with a phone call or a letter, let them know that you love them and that you're praying for them. Okay? They'll come through it in Jesus' name.
All right. That's Father and Son, Balancing the Word. We'll see you guys later, and don't forget.
Something good is just about to happen in your life. We'll see you next time.